Aloha and welcome to Wisdom Dialogues with Hope Johnson. Thank you so much for joining. I'm coming to you as usual from the big island of Hawaii. Yay. So I'm on with Lori right now. I didn't even ask her if she has anything, but didn't she just bring something up that was really interesting? Oh yeah, we were just talking about something that was interesting. That was the computer guy, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really an interesting thing because, you know, always tech support has kind of like, the I guess the term you would say has been the bane of my existence.
Pain in the ass. Yes, I
Major,
agree.
yeah, like it would make me super, super bitchy. Like, I've been doing it since like, I don't know. Let's say I've had a dream that I've been doing it ever since maybe 20 or something like that. And so, yeah, so like a long time. And it always seems like when I'm on tech support, I'm not doing what I should be doing, which is what I need to be doing once I get that problem fixed, right?
Right.
You know where I'm going with that?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is a really common feeling. I got to get through this. You know,
Hmm.
it is a very common feeling and it's a huge opportunity, and that's how it started to be met in my experience as an opportunity. So it's almost like a red flag almost goes up whenever it's time to call tech support.
Yeah,
Just
but
because
now you've got it all handled because what's his name?
his name is Nick.
Nick. It will
Yeah.
do it for you. You can
Yeah,
delegate.
and more than I've ever seen anyone have skill like that in my life.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
and the funny thing is that the approach from my energy body toward technical support changed. And
Really?
so when I could have fun with it, then it's no longer necessary. There's other things that I'm called toward. You see?
So once you weren't, it didn't bring up anger. It was more fun. Nick
Yeah.
showed.
Right. And it's just and it's just with whenever the anger and the stuff is just recognizing that that is not coming from them. It's not because of a technical problem.
It's the pattern. Yeah.
It's just a pattern. It's my pattern. I'm a perceiving it, you could
Hmm.
say.
Right.
You know, as a as a perceiver, you could say as a perceiver, that's my pattern. Of course, I'm not the perceiver anyway, so I can't really have a pattern. It's
Mm.
my pattern in the sense that I've been interested in that energy in my experience and have followed it.
Mm.
See?
Not, not, not consciously. Oh shit. She's gone.
What? Oh, sure, because because if you know you have the choice, then the choice is made. You know, when you have that, that you have the choice to choose eternity, so to speak, over what you think, the choice is made. And there was one point where I was sitting in my room and it seemed like, I went from being in paradise here in Hawaii. You see how beautiful it is. You see my picture windows, and
Mhm.
and feeling like I'm imprisoned. And then there's kind of like it's almost like something raises its head, and it's like, why am I feeling imprisoned right now?
Mm.
It was so funny. And then it was just obvious that it was like making this thing mean something, making
Right.
this technical support issue mean something, you know. And it's forgetting the purpose of everything. It's forgetting the purpose, like we're a servant to the all, to the eternal, you know. There's nothing else but that. Even if it seems like it's just a technical support issue, a little pain in the ass thing that I have to get through it until I can get back to things. Hey, sweetie, when I'm on Wisdom Dialogues, can you not talk? Those birds. Please. I know the birds are awesome. Yeah, there's a flock. Yeah. Oh, never mind. That's not something we see very often. So
Servant to eternity. That's the first time I hear you say that.
what did I say? I forgot.
Servant to eternity.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. You could say that. It's like eternity is trying to uh, uh, reveal itself, you know. And so it's like this perceiving body, this could perceiving body can just be like a vessel for eternity to reveal itself. See? So it's like you know, like Jesus said you can't serve two masters.
Right.
You know, it could be said that you're always serving one or the other. The way he said it was God or mammon. You know, well, for today, you could say something like eternity or death, basically.
Mm-hmm.
There's always that choice, but if you don't know that the choice is available, then it can't be made. And it, you know, if you know that the choice is available and and the energy is there for it, you know, sometimes you know the choice is available, but the energy isn't there for it. It's like you know the choice is available, but then there you are watching yourself in a pattern, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah. So there's that, and then there's knowing the choice is available and having the power, you know,
Cut
and
it off.
having power. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah. Power to cut it off, to stop the habitual response.
Yeah, one of my friends said yesterday to what's trying to keep you on script. Notice what's trying to keep you on script.
Mm.
Like you don't
Mm.
have to stay on script. That's the choice. You feel that? It's like
Yeah.
there's a script running. You don't have to stay on script. Sometimes
Mm.
you know you have the choice, but you're not make you don't have the power to make it. It's like you don't have the oomph.
Right.
It's because that's what if you had that, you would make that choice. It would be stupid not to, and you know it.
Right. Right.
Right?
Mhm.
So it's like when you're at that stage of understanding and that stage of experiencing, you know, all there is witnessing, because when you really know that you don't have a choice, you know, between things.
Mm.
You don't have a choice between things. And even the choice that's made, you have to have the power for it. You could just watch the show and experience when you notice that there was a choice. You know that there's a choice in every instant. You know, you notice there was a choice, and you watched yourself making basically the wrong choice, to put it that way. You know, because it's a choice that leads to conflict, that leads to upset.
Mm.
See, in just that watching, what's that?
It's not wrong because you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
It brings it clearer for the next time.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, yeah, and I only mean wrong in a sense that it's going to bring about more
Mhm.
upset
Right.
than might otherwise be necessary, you
Hmm.
know. So it's like when you know, and the thing is, and that's the other thing too, Lori, you know, if it's being observed, whatever ill effects it has, those get wiped clean because it's being observed as in truth, not being observed as in, oh my gosh, I did it wrong. Because when it's looked at like that, then that's it, that's staying in the ego.
Right. 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 Right.
And that's the biggest that's a big ego pull, is to tell you that you did it wrong.
Oh,
Because
that's the biggest
yeah,
one.
yeah, if you say if you believe that you could do it wrong, right? Then
Mhm.
that's an association as a doer. And as a doer, there's always finding that there's right and wrong.
Right.
There's
Hmm.
always finding more of that. So you know, and so to get off script, you know, to get off of the script, basically, one way of saying it is to recognize what's going on, just to see what's going on, and watch any thought that tries to tie you to doing, because it's very sneaky,
Hmm.
you know, just the idea, oh, I could have been more, that going back.
Yeah. No way. Yeah. Yeah. The minute there, I could have, should have, that's gone for me.
Right.
I mean, realize that any time a should comes up, I laugh at it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that is a fun one. That is really fun.
Because
But
you're not doing it. You can't
what's that?
should have done something if you're not doing it.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is there's no choice between whatever you seem to choose to do in the material world. There's no choice between those things.
Yeah.
The choice comes out of an energetic resonance. There's all these choices available. Like say there's a choice for whatever car place you're going to take your car to, for instance.
Yeah.
The choice that manifests out of energetic resonance, because mind energy attracts, and mind energy needs to attract in that instance, always for the same purpose, always for awakening the mind out of a dream of separation. Okay. So every single interaction is for that. And if you notice that every single interaction is for that, instead of looking so much at the facts about who these are, just experience, you can experience it. You could just look at a name of an auto mechanic. You can experience that. Experience that. One of them will have a lighter feeling. And what keeps us from making that apparent choice for the lighter one is just judgment, because it's in the energy field. See?
Well, when there's so many thoughts of doing or making a mistake, all those thoughts, you can't feel anything that's lighter or heavier or whatever in that moment.
Yeah, you don't notice it because you're relying on concepts.
Right.
And concepts are awesome for taking in information. Like say I'm looking for a new car. So I might take in some information from different websites, but I know it's not up to me to make a decision. There's just like, maybe I'm getting some information by making phone calls. Who knows? The energy body is getting that information automatically. You can say consciousness is receiving that information, and the thoughts and actions and everything that comes through the body just coalesce through the energetic resonance. So it's like consciousness uses all that information that was perceived in the energy body and matches it with our energetic resonance. See? To create an apparent outcome.
Right.
You see that?
And it couldn't be wrong anyway. Whatever
it is, exactly. If you notice what it's for. Because it's always, if it's like remembering because it's always like you're attracting whatever you need. By you're attracting, it seems like you go out toward things. We don't go anywhere. We don't go anywhere. Everything comes, it's more like everything's coming to us. Even if our feet are moving or we're driving and we seem to be going somewhere, even flying, no one's going anywhere. It's sort of like we're sitting in a movie theater and the picture frame is just changing. It's like a movie theater where it really seems like you're in the picture, though. It really seems like you're in the picture.
Right.
One of my friends asked me, well, why did we come to Earth? And I'm like, we did not come to Earth. We're not capable of coming to Earth. There's no such thing as Earth as a thing that you can get on and go to. I mean, Earth, she's real. Just as real as God, because it's like a child of God, you could say. Just like everything and everyone. But not like we think. See? Right? Like you can land on it and that's actually happening.
So Rupert Spira, because I usually avoid anything that has to do with meditation, but lately, for some reason, these are popping up on my YouTube thing. And Rupert has a beautiful meditation where he takes you through seeing that there is no boundary. There is no line between outside and inside. It's all in consciousness.
Yes, it's all in consciousness.
That freaking blew my mind, that meditation.
Yes.
I
And
can't wait
then
to
and then look at that. You are as consciousness.
as it.
Lady.
Exactly.
All this stuff is in consciousness, and you are as consciousness. I say as consciousness because you're really before consciousness.
Yeah, he said as too in that
Oh,
meditation.
awesome.
Yeah.
I have never even heard of this dude. How fun.
Oh my God. It was, I tell you, this video just expanded. It was like, because I was kind of falling asleep. It was after Peter was working. It was this morning, and or yesterday morning. And it just felt like I went somewhere. I mean, there's nowhere to go, but it was like he was in, I don't even know. I can't even explain it. It was just,
I know what you mean.
I
know.
It just, it felt amazing.
You know what is really amazing is sex with that perception.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's pretty wild. That's pretty wild.
Well, I have to say, I'm anxious to listen to it again because it's not stuck around. You know, I'm still, well, as the day, I haven't even thought about it till now.
Yeah.
I mean, early this morning I did because I was like blown. I was in the showers just feeling so expansive. I know
what you mean. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like there's no boundaries.
Right. But then life went on and things, you know, the way I thought the day was going to go, of course, did not go that way, but it turned out to be a really good day as usual. But I want to go back. I want to listen to it again so I can. Okay, so
there's attachment there, and you know the first thing that came to,
that's what that word was just saying. What that word was going to say. Oh my God, I see this as an attachment.
Yeah, and see, even when you wrote that, you know, and when you wrote that on Facebook, and then it came into my mind today. It came into my mind today with the words "this too shall pass," you know, which is basically just a reminder that this is nothing to get attached to. Right. That's the thing. These kinds of experiences can really upset people because they are trying to get them to come back around again.
Right. Oh, I see it. Literally, when you said attachment just now, that was on the tip of my tongue. I was ready to, because I saw it as I was going, oh, if we play this back, you'll hear me go, oh, but I was seeing it as an attachment. It's doing
yeah.
Big this week, last week too. That was a huge realization. Anything we're attached to is immediate suffering.
Yes.
Anything we're attached to,
and it's really a blessing that it's so immediate, because that immediacy of heaviness.
Yes.
Right there what it is. It's like obvious right there what it is. It's almost like you can feel the ego. You can feel the heaviness of the ego.
Definitely. I'm very sensitive to that lately.
Huh.
That heaviness, contraction in my gut.
Yeah, and that's the thing that, and you know, it's like expand on that kind of, you know, kind of like, it's almost like building a muscle, you know, expand on that sensitivity, that sensitivity to energetic fluctuations. And you can tell, like for me, it's like, okay, you know, be alert. Like today I was doing essential oils. I was demoing essential oils over at the local place, and at one point a Hawaiian woman came up, and she found out, you know, it says Reverend on my card, and she associated that immediately with Christian, and she started to go into this thing about how I'm this and that, and I need to do this and that, and you know, all of a sudden I could sense that energy. I was like, whoa. And I just kind of like go, are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Like that. And are you sure you know where I came from? and, and she goes, well, and she just kept on talking and kept on talking. And I was like, okay. And you could just see what's going on. It's like, okay. So, I said, okay, thank you. Thanks for letting. Okay, I love you. Thank you. And then, she left happy.
Nice.
She left happy, Still there's a burden there because there's an idea that someone did something to the Hawaiians, number one, and number two, that it looks to me like anyone running around with white skin is responsible, So that's kind of a hard way to go around town shopping. That doesn't sound like a very relaxed way to cruise around, but it's like you just love people up, and that feeling, that intense energy that comes up in my body, I just take it as a signal. Okay, be careful now. Almost like tread carefully. This person is obviously looking for love, but has a huge block.
Right.
Especially when it's like that. I mean, I don't know. I think that would be considered racist if you were like talking about racial things or whatever. Yeah. Like it's because of the way you look, basically you're this and that, or because you're a reverend. But some people associate reverend with Christianity.
But she was bringing it to you for you to see where you're. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like that. Of course, when that kind of thing, she's telling me that I have to fight to get the lands back for the Hawaiians and stuff like that. Just like really like that, like all up in my face and stuff. It was really fun. So, and so I'm just smiling at her and listening and then looking her in the eye, looking her in the eye and listening to, and I say I, not eyes. Because I always focus on looking in the right, or to my right, the left eye. One eye. Well, one of my friends told me one time that the personality is in the right eye and the spirit is in the left eye, and I don't know what kind of truth that has or anything, but I just said I'm going to try it, and as soon as I tried it, I loved it, and I've just been communicating like that for a long time.
I'm looking at Holly's left eye.
It does sound dumb, but you know what? For me, I don't think it really matters what eye it is. It's just that the not moving back and forth. It's like there's a focus.
Right. It stays.
Attention.
Right. There's a focus. Right.
Yeah. Especially when someone's talking. There's like a focused attention. So anyways, just like giving her a lot of focused attention, basically, while she's doing her whole diatribe and telling her everything she learned about what the Europeans did and all, probably talking like, I don't know, 5 minutes or something like that. But,
it felt heard.
The uncomfortable feeling that, I don't want to be,
She felt heard, which will calm the ego down.
That'll that, and you know what? It's like at the time, like I don't even know that. It's just obvious to me that this energy, it's sort of like energy bumping into each other, like atoms bumping into each other like that. These energy, even though we're not physically bumping like that, we're bumping.
Yeah.
We're bumping. It's like we're bumping. And it's like whatever it is, it's like just be the space for that bumping to not have any resistance, and then it comes to you, and it's kind of like and it's not like it's hitting back, because I could see how those conversations go. I don't know how many times per day she goes up and feels motivated to talk to someone. But I could see how those could turn into some kind of argument.
It could have been a major, button heads.
Sure. But if you notice and see, it's like the compassion comes in too. It's like, wow, what a screwed way to go shopping. That's hardcore, that lady, it's like you just want to like embrace them as much as they will. I don't remember if she gave me a hug or not. I can't remember.
But if
there's lots of huggers. There's lots of huggers there.
If somebody's like that, they will resist a hug or any positive back.
Yeah, she thanked me though when she left.
Really beautiful.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Nice.
Because I thanked her too. Okay, so Christine, I was listening with Pat. Oh, this is his first time with you. What was the name of the video, Lori? Oh, Lori, can you say the name of that video again for Christine and Pat? Yay, Pat! Thanks for joining. Aloha. So if anyone wants to talk to me, use that hand. There's a hand. I think it's over here on the right side. There's a hand. You can use the hand. You can also write to me like Christine and Lori have already. Welcome, Yulia. Yay.
Looks like Kay is not on this time.
Kay is not on this time. Not today. She only likes to come on when her friends are with her. All right. So, yeah, Lori.
I'm looking.
What are you looking for?
For the meditation video.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh.
You didn't want to know the name of it. You didn't have the name. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
so
looking.
we'll get back to that then. All right. So this
called Rupert Spira Takes You Deep. Oh shit! Of course I got a commercial. Okay. I saw something. Rupert Spira Takes You Deep Within Yourself.
Okay, I'm gonna Google that too. Rupert Spira.
IRA takes you deep within yourself.
I'm freaking Googling on video, Bron. I'm doing it. All right, I got that dude up. Awesome. All right, so anyways, we're going to go. Yulia's got a hand. That's awesome. All right, so I've got Yulia. I'll be with you soon. You're next after this little group of questions that I have. Okay, so this is from Sage. He or she asked, hey, I have a strange question. What do you do with your body when it dies? That is a very interesting question. Also, what clothes would be on your body? Would you be on your body? Also, would you like to be cremated? I have, it doesn't matter. I'll just let him know it doesn't matter.
Cremated?
Yeah.
You get soaked in cream?
Yeah, he gets soaked in cream. That's it. All right. So, yeah, I just answered him. It doesn't matter. Boom. All right. I'm going to go to Yulia. Unless you got something else for me, Lori. You all good?
Yeah, I'm all good. Thank you.
All right. I love you. Aloha. Yulia, I thought I unmuted you, but it's not unmuting you for some reason. That's very strange. Yeah, it's not unmuting her. On my end, I think. You're gonna give me some technical support? All right, Yulia. I don't know. Let me see if I can go to someone else.
No, it's just not working.
I can unmute Holly. Holly, you're on. Not that you wanted to be on, but I was just seeing if it would work. Let me see if Yulia's will work now.
Not that you
wanted. It won't work. All right. Yulia, how about you write to me? Because for some reason, or else go out and come back in and see if it works again. I don't know. I don't know. Please write. Says, am I still on video here? Oh, my head's all cut off. Yeah, I moved a little bit. Move again. Move again. Ah.
It doesn't work. That's weird.
So yeah, okay, so here's some other ways you could have an eye on the attachment thing. Whenever you feel rushed, that's an attachment. Whenever you feel rushed. Like, oh, I got to get through this to get to that. There's no such thing as your schedule even. It's taking care of itself. So if there's just a willingness to acknowledge what's true, just in acknowledging what's true, it brings about that experience. It opens up the perception to that experience, like Lori was describing, of the boundlessness, or the boundary. Without boundaries. That's it. Boundless. That's it. I had it right. You're laughing at me. Oh my goodness. So yeah, and you know, it's like once you've had the experience, it's not to have the experience again. You know, one time is really enough. It's like once you've had the experience, then you know, you know that doubt, that second guessing, that's what wants another experience. You know, that's just doubt. That's all it is. And all that doubt, it actually resists the experience, because to the ego, doubt is good. Doubt keeps you safe. Doubt keeps you out of that experience. Another one is meditation. Now is a window into eternity. Yeah. Yep. So when it seems like there's frustration because there's too much to do, that's attachment. See? Because it's not just breathing in this moment, being with this moment. It's not meeting this moment like it is. It's looking for something. You know, I even found myself for a time feeling so rushed around that I would bump my shoulders into doorways around my house. My shoulder would just like hit a doorway when I'm going in the doorway. Lori said, looking into the future. Yeah, and you know, it's like the mind was just going so fast about what I needed to do and why I needed to get into that room, that there wasn't enough energy to calculate where my body fit in the doorway. And it's like, I'm not like a big chick. I'm pretty small, fit in a doorway pretty well. But it like there wasn't enough energy. There wasn't enough. The body of perception was so preoccupied. There wasn't enough energy to calculate that distance. And you know, my body, I don't know, probably takes up like a third of the doorway. It's like easy to get through that thing. They're regular sized doors too. It's kind of like when that would happen, I'd just like get bumped like that, and I'd be like, whoa, and it's just like, it's like an alert, anything like that is stubbing a toe. The other day I hit myself with a rubber band, you know, just kind of like, and it stung. And you know, something like that happens, it's like, woo, it's like alert. That's what it is. It's an alert. It's a call to be alert. That's all it is. It's the same as one of those energetic fluctuations that comes in the body when someone comes up to you and tells you, because you are European descent, I don't know, because you are European descent, you therefore belong to this group. Whatever that is, it's the same as getting hit with a rubber band. It's just like alert. Okay, I'm alert. Thank you. You know, that's it. And then these things don't have to get into heavier and heavier lessons. It's kind of like nipping it in the bud. You know how you can nip it in the bud even more than that is just watching the energetic fluctuations. You know, you could see mild anxiety. Mild anxiety is just exactly the same as murderous thoughts. There's no difference. One's not better or worse than the other. They both speak to insanity. Okay, so all day long people will go without noticing the mild frustrations, the mild upsets, just kind of like ignore those until they get really heavy. They have to build up to get really heavy because that's what gets your attention. See? These mild ones, mild upset, oh, I can handle that. I'm strong enough for that. I don't, you know, I'm good. You know, that could just like slide off my back. But that mild, just tension, whatever it is, if it's met with compassion, the whole thing gets healed. The whole thing gets healed. And the thing about the mild tension, the mild frustrations, those things, those are more common. So that is an opportunity for healing all day long, just about, because those are very common. I mean, basically, it's like the feeling of a body. The body sense is an anxious feeling. That body sense. Hope, I'm on the phone because I'm driving. Not sure if this is the way to type. Yes, this is. You got it. Talk some more about health and healing. I've been feeling like the body is not cooperating. LOL. You're so awesome. Like, yeah. The body is not cooperating and no treatments work. Plus, they aren't even real. Yeah, the body cannot cooperate. It's not capable of cooperating. A body is a projection. A body is just a projection. It's a thought structure projected as a form. So it's not capable of cooperating. It's not capable of doing anything. So it's not like it has to work with you. You know, that's a common one, especially, you know, now that natural medicine is taking off and stuff like that. You know, it's really common to just say, oh yeah, your body heals itself, you know, and then people believe in that. And, you know, that's a thought of separation. I know it sounds really good to say the body heals itself. It sounds really good. Oh yeah, the body heals itself. But there is no body. There's no body. The body is a projection of consciousness. It's all in the mind. It's all in the mind. So the whole body being in the mind, what wants the body to cooperate is attacking it. And, you know, an attack on the body is basically to restrict the flow of energy for the body. It's like a restriction. Let's say it's like there's like a like the light of awareness, the light of health, vitality, peace, all of that. Let's say it's coming in, I don't know, I've heard people say all different ways. Let's say it's coming in through the belly button. Okay. So in taking the body as something that's real, it's kind of like pinching that energy, pinching off that hose where the light is coming in, where that energetic where that energy of vitality is infusing the body, you could say. You know, it's kind of like pinching it off. And you know, when I talk like that, it's very symbolic because the body isn't real. So it's not like there's a physical belly button where energy actually comes in, but the body is a projection of energy. It's projection of energy. So you know, everything vibrates at a particular frequency, and all these different energies that are making up the body structure, you know, it's all thought. Some of it is closer, much closer to the truth. So you could say it's vibrating lighter, less dense. And some of it is really denying the truth so much that it's very, very dense. Okay. So these energy bodies that we're experiencing are having these, you know, variations, light to dense, kind of on a scale, light to dense experiences. But it's the energy body is projecting, is where it's being projected through. Let's say that. It's sort of like the energy body is the lens that the light is coming through. And that's projecting the physical body and the whole world that the physical body seems to live in, and the personality and everything like that. That's projecting. So if you recognize, where is the body? Where is it? You know, ask yourself, where is the body really? If the body's made into some entity that can cooperate or not cooperate, then the body is like your enemy. And it's subject to all kinds of subconscious and unconscious attacks. Okay. So, and as the body's attacked like that, it's like it's like a heaviness. It's like making the energy body heavy. Let's say it like that. You know, That's almost like putting it's like you've got this smooth flow and then there's a tack. You could say like there's like a block in it. It's another way of saying it. There's a block in the flow and then that'll show up as something. See, the thing is, it's like, it's not to try to get the symptom fixed. That's the attachment to outcome. And it's not like it's personal if you happen to be having some physical experience that is unpleasant. That's not personal. It doesn't mean you've been doing it wrong. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to see through this distorted energy that's making up an illusion of sickness, an illusion of deformity. You know, like there's no such thing as that. This is seeing through deceptive lens. It's a lens of deception that makes it appear as if the body isn't well. The body is symbolic. It's a symbol of what's believed, of what's taken as true, unconsciously though. See, that's why it's not personal, because it's unconsciously. It's taken as true in the unconscious mind, and that's why it looks real in the material world. It has to be taken as true in the unconscious mind before it looks as if it's real. So it has to be taken as true. Say your body issue is let's just for fun, let's make it the body issue is like you don't have a big toe. Your big toe came off. I don't know how. Whatever the way is. And it's lost. You have no idea where it is. Okay? That's a body sense that says the toe is lost. In fact, the toe is not gone. It is not gone. Energetically, it's there. The body's whole. The energy body's whole. When the toe gets cut off, the energy body toe isn't cut off. Well, there's an appearance of a toe that's cut off, but the energy body toe isn't cut off. But for the belief that once the toe gets cut off and it's gone, the toe would just reappear. Okay? And you know, even the belief that, oh, a doctor can make me the same toe and put it back on. Doctor, they can make me the same toe and put it back on. Might have the experience of a doctor making the same toe. Wow, that really worked out well. You know, wow, look, it's all according to belief, though. It's all according to what's in the subconscious and unconscious mind. It's all according to what is being taken as true unconsciously. So even the appearance of a doctor who can do something magical to make the toe look like it came back after it was gone. In the first place, it was never gone. So in the first place, you know, true healing comes from first recognizing what is really going on. The toe is not missing. It didn't go anywhere. We're having a distorted perception of it. And anything we seem to do for the toe to get it back, that's like a divine meeting. Every single person that we talk to, everyone, and everything for that matter, everything we touch, everything we see, everything we think about, it's all relationship. It's like consciousness relating with everything it's perceiving. It's all just a relationship. And when it's recognized what it means, what's the real meaning of it, what's the real purpose of it, then the relationship turns beautiful. And that's what the Course in Miracles calls the happy dream. It's like no matter what, it's fun. You know, I was telling this one masseuse the other day, I go, yeah, I had an experience with a creeper one time, you know, creeper massage guy. He's like, you know, he was doing a Thai massage, and he was like all like on top of me, and then I felt his wiener like flop down like that, and the guy goes, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," and I was like, "No, it was awesome. It's always awesome for me, because it is. It's fun for me. It's fun, because it's always like something what's gonna happen? I don't know. What's she gonna say? Oh, what's she gonna do?" It's like when it's recognized that no one can do anything to you. For one, no one can be a threat. There's no such thing as a threat. That might as well be my own penis on my ass. It does not matter. It's the same thing. It's the same. So there's nothing for me to be afraid of. That's for darn sure. And when there's nothing to be afraid of, there's no problem. There is no problem. Those things can just work themselves out. If anyone has any questions for me, raise your hand. I'm happy to talk with you. I love you. So let's see. So yeah, ill health. If there's a willingness to see that it's not what we think. Oh my God, that whole toe thing went over our head. Does that mean you want to talk with me about it, or do you just want to leave it over your head? Who else had the toe thing go over their head? Ah.
Oh, damn.
Lori?
Yeah, I knew you'd unmute me, damn it.
No one raised their hand. If that went over anyone else's head, raise your hand. I won't take it as you want to talk to me. I'll just put your hand down. If that toe thing went over your head, raise your hand. No one's raising their hand. All right, so what's the deal, Lori?
Imagine that.
What's up with you, Lori?
What the frig? The toe gets chopped off, but it's not gone.
I'm telling you, it's not gone.
Oh,
So I use that example because it really looks like it's gone, right? It's not gone. And look, if you had one way to put it is faith, just because that's the first word that comes to mind. The faith in the unseen. Okay. Then for that toe, it would reappear. Wow. And that includes, I'm talking to myself. I'm not saying that like I haven't been able to like see someone with no toe and put it back. Do you know what I mean? But in recognizing what's really true, it makes it so that kind of thing can occur. Right. It's not that it can't occur. It's not that it can't occur. It's not like the experience of actually seeing a toe remanifest where it wasn't can't happen. It can. It's just that the faith for it isn't there yet.
Right.
See, and all that's holding it back, all that's pushing it back is just self-judgment. It's all these it's all these little things. I was talking about the little things earlier. Those little things become big things, but when they're little things, they're pretty much all day long. There's breaks in between them, but it's little things all day long, and there's breaks in between them for some people, not for the majority of the people. For the majority of the people, what I see is there's very few breaks or no breaks for long periods of time between delusion, and the only break they get is when they go to sleep. And they go into deep sleep, because the dream state isn't a break either. Right. But this underlying kind of like a dull pain, it's always representing itself in thought all day long. And if there is an alertness to that, and all it is a willingness to retreat. It's a willingness to like take a break. It doesn't matter what you seem to be doing with your hands or driving, working. it's a willingness to just take a break.
What would the break look like?
Well, in my experience, it's just noticing that whatever is being followed right now isn't relevant. It
Mhm.
might it might be noticing the breath. It might be noticing what the big toe feels like.
Coming back to the now. Okay. I got it.
It's a break.
Yeah.
Smell an essential oil. That's another one. That was a big way, where it all started for me. I realized that I could take breaks from this. I don't have to be bombarded by the mind all the time. And the first thing I did was start carrying around one of the first things, start carrying around bottles of essential oil. This is the first thing I did with essential oils, really, is carry them around and just smell them to take a break. See, it's like a little retreat, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be essential oils, but it's like whatever it is that takes your attention off of that train. It's almost like a train of thought cruised by really fast and picked you up, and now you don't even know where you're going.
Right. It brings you back to the now with the smell or the focus on.
Exactly. It brings your attention right back. We're going to sleep. Oh, well, good night. I love you. Thank you for coming. It's so nice to have both of you with me. And I would love it if you would raise your hand sometime and talk, because I would love to have some communication with you. But, I'm totally stoked if you just come on or even just watch the videos. Yay. I love you. So, yeah. Okay. A little better for you and Holly?
Yes.
The toe thing? So you see how illness, any kind of regular illness, kind of like what Yulia was talking about. I think she's not talking about like something being cut off, but she's talking about maybe some diagnosis or something that doctors can't help you. And I know how frustrating that is. I've experienced that too. But see, here's the thing. It only seems like that is frustrating, and it's actually not. The frustration is what makes the experience manifest. See? So it's like paying attention where that frustration is. That heals it at its core, at the root of it. So then there don't need to be symptoms of it. See?
Feeling the frustration.
Going in, and it's like meeting it. I like meeting it now. That's a really nice way for me to say it and feel it.
Instead of escaping into whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, because the frustration is the key, actually. The feeling is the key. So it's like, we talked about it a lot of times before. If it's taken as true that the illness and the doctors not being able to do anything is the cause of the frustration, that exacerbates the illness.
Yeah.
See, but if you just try to brush the frustration away and say, oh, I can handle this, and kind of like push it away like that too, then it just remains unseen. It really needs some love. It really needs a nice warm embrace. It really needs you. Because that frustration is kind of like a scared child, and with your comfort, it's seen that it's not really necessary. The frustration can relax. The frustration itself, what is frustrated, doesn't actually want to be frustrated. It just seems like there's safety in that, because there's an unconscious belief that if I'm not frustrated about this condition that's on my body right now, then I won't do what needs to be done to take care of it. See?
It's the fear.
Yeah.
Of the future, what's going to happen if it doesn't get taken care of.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's like little things come up, and, for me, little things come up. But for most people, I notice they wait for something like really big. Like for me, I could notice when I would lay down on the floor, I lay on a hard surface like the mat out there. I could notice that my torso was a little bit twisted. I didn't have any pain or anything. Just gonna notice my torso is a little bit twisted, and just in noticing the torso is a little bit twisted, and then things start happening. Like I say something to a masseuse and go, hey, I noticed my torso is a little bit crooked. And then the next thing I know, what's coming out of my mouth, hey, do you think I could use a chiropractor? And of course, whenever I'm asking him, I'm asking myself, you know, and it's like all for fun. It's all for the play. And so then the next thing I know, I find myself going to a farmer's market. It's called Baku'u around here. It's really fun. Farmer's market to see this chiropractor and just have the most beautiful time meeting different people, most loving, beautiful time. And then, you know, really feeling straight and, you know, and also feeling straight. But the purpose of it wasn't to get me straight, you see. In my approach, the purpose is not to get me straight. That desire, you could say, to be straight, that's natural because there's nothing that's not straight. It's a misperception. So wherever that leads, wherever that leads, I go happily. It's fun. It's all for fun. Whatever doctors or whatever it is, but you know, and because it's all for fun, you know, I'm shown how things are not there. Maladies, different things, you know, diagnoses, you know, they're just not, they're not there. I've been shown, I've been a witness to it so many times, how this is such a fluctuation of energy and then it's gone. Because I'm not buying into the diagnosis. I'm not buying into the fact that my torso actually is twisted. Right. That's a perception. It's a perception. It's perception that's leading me into this adventure. It's like, yeah, it's like a new adventure. Oh, you know? It's just like it's all for the same. It's all for the same purpose, so it doesn't really matter whether the body seems to be whole or not, because whatever it is, it's awesome because it's all in me. and in taking full responsibility and taking full responsibility for healing, it makes it so exciting. Even in the event that, you know, there's a limb missing or something, and I don't see it coming back. It seems to be missing, and I don't see it coming back. It doesn't change the fact that it was never gone. It was never severed. If you look at the person's energetic body, you know, like physically with the physical instruments that we have, it shows up whole.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't that interesting? Yes. It's like, and why wouldn't you still be able to feel that? And why wouldn't you ever still be able to feel that? Because, you know, the skin is just a projection. The energy field is what's perceiving.
Right.
The skin and the blood and everything material, right? The energy field is what's perceiving. I've also seen where someone cut a leaf in half, and you see a leaf, it's cut in half. The energetic leaf is still whole. Our perception of it changes, but it never changes. Isn't that freaking awesome?
Oh, yeah. Just have faith in that.
What?
I just need to have faith in that.
Well, and see, that's why Jesus said, if you had faith the size of a mustard seed, you could move mountains.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're not really there. It's like this body perception makes it feel so real and seem so real that you think, no way I could move mountains from way over here. Or even if I walked up to him and pushed on him, for that matter.
Right.
I mean, maybe if I took a handful of dirt one by one. See, so it's just because what Jesus was really pointing out there is that it's a misperception that you're separate from the mountain.
Right.
It's a misperception that thing's so much bigger than you and you can't do anything, you know.
That's what that meditation thing was all about. There's no boundary. I mean, you literally could see there's no boundary. It's just like between states. There's no boundary that you.
Right.
And he says, when you think you're a body, there's your skin seems like a boundary, but that's not it. It's
Yeah.
it's all in consciousness. That oh my god, oh my god! I still am going to listen to it again.
Yeah, and then even
loved
you know,
it.
it's like refer in reference to inner and outer world. It's like outer world is a reflection of inner world, and there's neither of them are real.
Neither of them are real. Exactly.
Yeah, neither of them are real. So inner world changes according to experience.
Right.
Inner world, it fluctuates. It's constantly fluctuating according to experience. And if you're experiencing yourself as what your body's senses tell you you are, that's the kind of information that's going into the unconscious mind to be made manifest and be made real for you. Okay.
In order to heal the mind.
Well, all that is like what you want to occur. Whatever you're putting into the subconscious mind is what you, or into the unconscious mind is what you also unconsciously want it to show you evidence of.
Right.
See, whatever's going in is going to come out. So it's like in the instant that there's that hook that wants you to identify as a body, then that's where it is. It either gets fed, or the unconscious mind either gets fed, or another word is taught, that you are eternity, or that you're a person in the world. Depending on what it's taught, it's going to affect your perception.
Right.
Okay. And it's always taught now. The teaching is now. The teaching is always now. Okay.
That's another thing you talked about, the now. That's it. Oh.
Yeah, because that's where it's going down. And so, see the any kind of worry or fear or frustration. When I was driving to Hilo today, I had a thought about accounting. A thought occurred to me about accounting, right? And it just noticing that, oh, I don't need that right now. And just like right back to driving, because it's like, it's not doing me any good right now.
No.
What can I do with that? Like maybe if I was in front of my computer and that thought came up, and okay, I'll go over there and look at that and do that. But it's like when I'm driving and it comes up, it's like, oh yeah, that's okay. It's like all day long, these different things are coming out, and I mean all day long. And in my experience, I've become pretty well able to see them. And so there's a lot of observation, and then and spending Thursdays silent, just watching. There's a lot. Yeah, and I could imagine, and I've also experienced having a lot more. I've also experienced a lot more, to the point where there would be no way I could be quiet for a day. I had to like talk to blow off some steam. With all those thoughts going on, I can't be quiet for talk. But it's like this one that says accounting in the middle of driving, for the untrained eye, that could take you into something that lasts like a half an hour.
Oh yeah, easy.
Yeah, and it's stressful, and it's heavy. It's a heavy energy. It weighs heavily, and it makes people tired. So that then whenever you get to where you're going, you're tired from driving. You're not. You're tired from thinking while you're driving. The driving isn't making anyone tired.
Totally see it.
Yay. Yay. All right.
No.
I love you. Anyone else have anything for me? Yes? No? Maybe so? I had a great time demoing my essential oils today at Island Naturals in Hilo. It's the only store we have our essential oils in, besides like a yoga studio and yeah, well, anyways, that I service because we're here, and just it was so much fun to play and share essential oils with all the people. I had one guy who came up and he said, my hair's dry. And I gave him some argan oil and I gave him some essential oil. I go, here, put this on. So he goes like this and he just pats his head like this. He just pats his hair. And I'm like, oh man, you've never put oil in your hair before, and he goes, what? And I go, can I help you? Can I show you? Can I touch your head? And he's like, yeah. And I start, let me take this out so I can show you.
You massage his head.
I just take his hair and he's got short hair, but he's got hair. I just take that oil and I'm just like, the whole thing, just like,
Yeah. I bet he was in heaven.
He's like, I've never felt that before.
Oh.
I've never even felt that before. And then his hair just looked magnificent. Now, argan doesn't do anything for my hair. If I put argan in my hair, I look like an oily mess, but I have different hair than a lot of people. Some people say I'm not from the planet, which is true, but that doesn't have anything to do with my hair. But for most people, they have a certain texture to their hair where they put the argan oil in and it just looks beautiful. And he was one of these guys. And then I made him another mixture and had him put him on his face, and he was just glowing. And he just would hang out and let everyone know that he has my oils on his head and on his face, and look at him.
Your advertisement.
Yeah, he's like, you should have seen me when I came in here. I was so dry. And then he's just glowing. Yeah, and the first guy I got to rub his back, his lower back, because he was walking. I go, hey, you want some essential oils? He looked like with a limp. And he's like, you have anything for pain? My back is killing me, And I was like, oh, yeah. You ever try this basil? Try this stuff out. And I'm like, you want me to put it on? And so I'm like massaging his back in the produce aisle at Island Apple. That's how I do my demos, in the produce aisle.
Those guys never had better shopping experience.
People get stoked. They tell me all the time how I made their day. It's so fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
The ones that look at me and talk to me, I tell you, probably like 70 to 80% do not make eye contact.
Really?
Yeah. And you know what's funny? I don't automatically say something to them if they're walking by. I'll just watch them and see if they make eye contact with me.
Mm.
and then if they make eye contact with me, either they'll like smile, they're like might give me like a half smile or a smirk or a fake smile, or else they might meet me in the eyes. One guy just met eyes with me and immediately beeline straight to me and hugged me, and I never met him before.
Aww.
And he was beautiful, and he loved the essential oils. I put them all over his hands. His hands were beat, literally. He was over here for the Flow Festival, and he was beating drums for 3 days. So his hands were like blistered and a little bit broken.
Hooked him up.
Yeah, I loved him up with some essential oil, and I put some copaiba on there. That's a really economical essential oil, but super anti-inflammatory. And people were stoked about that one today. Everyone was all over it. So yeah, if you wanted to try one, like what I'm noticing is that newbies, they like that copaiba. Plus, it's super economical, and we offer free shipping. So, it's a great way to get started if you were thinking about it, and it's also really gentle, so you can put it straight on everywhere. It's like you just put it on anywhere, in the shower, over your heart anytime. What?
What for?
What form?
Yeah. What
shower?
For? What do you put it on for? What's it supposed to do?
Oh, well, it's got the B-caryophyllene in it, which that's one of the things that's touted that makes cannabis so good, is the B-caryophyllene, and the copaiba, COPAIBA, has the highest level of B-caryophyllene of any essential oil. It's like at 80%. So, and it's been tested, and people are getting really good results with it for stuff like pain, any kind of inflammation. stuff like that. And then it's also super gentle. So I just found out today that people really like getting out there with the people because the people really like it. And what?
Anything, does it help a headache?
Oh, headache. You know what? The best and most awesome. This is really fun, Lori. Peppermint. And you take the peppermint and you just stick a little, and my peppermint smells ridiculously good. You won't even believe how good it is. It's like people smell it and they're like, do I want to eat this? Well, maybe not. But you put it a little on your fingertips and put it on the temples, and it'll, whether or not the headache goes away, it's an amazing experience. It does help open up because it encourages. It's like sending a message, encouraging constriction to release, to just open up. It's kind of like a friend whispering in your ear, you know. But the experience of it is so fun because it feels like your eyeballs are breathing.
Oh. Because Peter has headaches all the time. All the time.
Okay.
And they go right up the back of his neck. They go and then if they come to the front of it, he's flat out. He can't move. It's awful.
Yeah.
So I should get some peppermint.
Peppermint is really good, and there's no shoulds or anything, but if you feel like getting peppermint, that's another one that's really economical. I mean, I think you can get it for well under $10. And then and that's really nice for just the constriction. Some people have experimented with, I'm pointing here right now because the back of the neck is another good place.
Now, you wouldn't want to put that other stuff you were talking about first, like cannabis, whatever.
Copaiba? You know what? Yeah. That would be an awesome thing to just use in general because of the anti-inflammatory. You could take the copaiba and put it on first and then put peppermint over it.
Do you have to use carrier oil, Hope, or can you just put it straight on without carrier oil?
Well, peppermint might get hot. So if you experience your skin getting a little hot, meaning like it feels a little bit irritated or it gets a little bit red, then what you immediately do is put carrier oil on it, or even olive oil or anything fatty. Just put it right there, and get it to make it soothe. Make it all kind of like give it a salve, and then after that you can dilute. But the copaiba, I don't expect it to do that at all. It's so gentle. Peppermint might for some people, but usually the temples on a full-grown man, like their skin is kind of like leather by that time. The peppermint makes no impact.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't do that on a little kid. I would totally dilute it for them, like big time. But like a full-grown man, that's probably not a problem.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So how do I want one of each.
Oh, well, that's easy. You can just go to my website, miraclebotanicals.com.
Right, but okay, so I need the name. What'd you call it?
Copaiba. Yeah. Okay. And it's free shipping. It's free shipping, so anywhere in the U.S.
Okay.
And it doesn't take long to get there. I mean, if you order by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, our time, which is like late in the day, your time,
right,
it goes out that day.
So you must spend your time at the post office.
No, the mailman comes here. I don't do any of that stuff, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a whole crew. We have a whole mailing crew.
Oh.
Yeah, it's my husband and, my husband, Tony, and then there's 3 or 4 other people depending on the day.
No kidding. Who knew when you started little thing with Miracle Botanicals? That wasn't that long ago.
Well, 2011, I put my first essential oil on Amazon.
Oh, was it 11?
Yeah, it was 2011. And now it's like, we sell around 200 bottles a day. Or no, maybe about 200 in total, maybe around 160 on Amazon every day.
Wow. That's unreal.
It's pretty amazing. It's amazing how it just keeps on going like that. I tell people we don't need your business. We do not My husband loves it. He loves it. I always ask him, "Are you okay?" You know, because like I do stuff to promote because I like to promote. It's fun. I'll do different things like, promoting on Amazon and stuff like that. Are you all right? And he'll be like, "Bring it on, babe."
Hmm? Yeah.
Guy who's responsible for getting all those orders out. I ask him if he's okay. He's like, "Bring it on, no problem." So, it's like, like when I'm demoing at the Natch at Island Naturals, people will approach me like, "I don't have any money. I don't deserve to be here getting essential oils." And I'm like, "Man, I am not selling anything. I do not need your business. I'm here today purely to share essential oils, have some love, have some connection." And then they're like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then they can hang out.
Yeah. That deserving thing is it's big.
Yeah, and I see that a lot, especially this is something I don't do very often. I just started doing it last month and I did it again this month and there I go saying I did it. But it's just such a much longer thing to say. What do you say?
Right,
But
right.
anyway, yeah, so it's like this time I'm like, wow, I really like to get out with people and see what's going on with them. It's really fun and what I see is a lot of people are interested, but maybe they have a budget, who knows what's on their mind. Immediately
Exactly.
they think there's some kind of what?
The people that won't make eye contact with you, that's probably they don't want to be sold anything, or it has a lot of worthiness thing, which ties into lack of money and all of that bullshit.
Right. Yeah, and then so it's like it's like I just let the person know that I'm not selling anything. I don't have anything to sell. I actually don't have anything to sell here.
Right.
I actually just have samples. And if you if you want something, you can go to the other corner of the store where health and beauty is and buy it, and it'll be 20% off while I'm here.
Yeah.
It's like that's how they do it at the store. So, but for me, I'm not there selling anything. I'm just there experiencing people.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, that's just fun. It doesn't even matter to me how many sales are made. I don't even know. I don't even ask. I have no idea.
No attachment.
Yeah, I just don't. That's not why I'm there. It's like I love to be with the people in the community and learn so much about how they tick. See, and hugging them and loving them up. That's fun, and they love me up too.
Yeah.
All right. So miraclebotanicals.com, wisdomdialogues.org. What?
I'm gonna order my first Miracle Botanical.
Oh, this is so fun.
Holly's got rosemary here, and it smells amazing. Wow.
You have my rosemary?
Yes.
Yes, she does.
Love it.
Which one is it? Which rosemary is it? We have two.
Actually, I have one from a local store where I live. But I'm going to order a Miracle Botanical.
I don't need your business. You can stick with your local store. It's totally okay. And I have two awesome rosemaries. My favorite one is from South Africa. The person who grows it, the guy's like super small. I get all of his oil and I take all of his rosemary.
How did you get involved with this super small guy in Africa?
South Africa? You know what? I was looking for Cape chamomile and I was probably on page 20 of a Google search.
Age 20. Now that's some patience. Oh.
Yes, I was really sure that I wanted Cape chamomile, number one, and I was really sure that I was gonna find it, number two.
So you did.
But none of that was actually true. But it sure did play out that way. And so I get his Cape chamomile, which is the sweetest chamomile. We have 4 chamomiles. And then I get his rosemary, Verbanon, and it's the rosemary, like no rosemary I've ever smelled, and it's definitely rosemary. But we do that, you know. We have like 8 or 9 frankincenses, and they all smell different, but they're all clearly frankincense.
Hmm.
We like to party like that. We sell them in sets and shit. All right. All right. I love you guys. Okay, I'll be back again next week, same time.
Okay.
Wisdom Dialogue. Thank you so much. Aloha and a hui ho.
No.
Yay.